Happy Saturday evening. Hope you had a wonderful day of what you set out to do, whether it was to rest, whether it was to celebrate, whether it was to catch up. Hope that you were able to have your heart's desires accomplished. We are in 1 Chronicles 13, and something that I mentioned earlier, because this is celebration season. We know, Lord willing, in 2 weeks will be Father's Day, and so many graduations and prom send-offs and weddings. And I said that there was a wedding that I attended for my cousin, and it was such a blessed occasion to see relatives who I have never met in person. I might have seen them and talked to them virtually, during the pandemic, but to see them in the flesh and to hug them, and wow. And something that was said at the reception, my cousin pointed out how his immediate family had such a legacy, a longevity as far as marriage and family life. He started out with the grandparents on both sides, how they were married over 50 years, and how his parents, before his mother was taken to glory, were married, I believe, over 30 years. And then his dad's new wife, they've been married almost 28 years. And then he himself, he said at the end of the month he would be married 29 years. And then his two younger brothers have been married over 20 years each. Just overabundance of blessings. And each one of his siblings, including himself, have two children. And each one of his siblings, including himself, we're talking about the male siblings, because he was saying this because the groom was marrying into the family. And he was saying, look, we have a track record of these blessings, of the legacy that the Lord has blessed us with, as far as having a track record of, no divorces, no out of wedlock children, but faithfulness to our spouses. It was really amazing to hear. And God still can redeem a situation, even if you have gone through some type of brokenness or maybe a divorce. Listen, in 1 Chronicles 13, I just read this, and it said that the ark, David wanted to bring the ark back to his place, but the Lord kind of diverted the route. And it says, so David, in verse 13, brought not the ark home to himself. He didn't take it home to the city of David, but carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom, the Gittite. Verse 14, and the ark of God remained with the family of Obed-Edom in his house 3 months. And as a result, something happened to the family and the home. And I believe every home and family marriage can experience this. It says, and the Lord blessed the house of Obed-Edom and all that he had. I believe that you can have household blessings, household salvation, household incremental favor. I believe that the career, the children, I just believe that that can happen. And nothing is too hard for the Lord, and he can do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think. A lot of times we're just asking small requests. I had to send a message to my son, pray, trust, and wait. And he said, yes, please do. 3 little words, pray, trust, and wait. We know that God is wherever he might be. God is here. God is where you are. And it says in another version that the ark stayed at the home of Obed-Edom with his family for 3 months. And the Lord blessed Obed-Edom's family and everything he owned. We're praying for my cousin who just got married today, the female cousin with her new husband, that the Lord will bless their home, bless their family, bless everything that they put their hands to do. Yes. And because today is the 5th of June, we would have gone to Proverbs 5. And there are some precepts that guarantees blessings. It says in verse 9, lest thou give thine honor unto others and the years unto the cruel, when we do not heed the ways of the Lord, when we do not listen, and when we do not follow his path, then our feet will not be established, and we're going to go this way and that way, which the Lord will not be honored. But it says in verse 10, another repercussion when we don't follow the ways of the Lord, then strangers, people who are not even associated with us, will be filled with what we have worked for and earned. They will be filled with our wealth, and our labors will be in the house of a stranger. So that's not household blessings. That's almost household theft, robbery. And it says in verse 11, and thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. That is not health and wealth. That's sickness. And that's something that we don't want. Now we know that some sickness is not unto death, but we want the blessings of the Lord that maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. And it says, and what happened is, when we don't follow the ways of the Lord, we'll be like, oh, I haven't listened to his ways. Oh, and I regret. No, we want to be able to be open, and the Lord will open up the windows of heaven and pour us out a blessing that there will be no room to receive, because it'll just be overabundant. God bless our homes, our families, our careers, our children. He can do more than we could ever ask or think. Let's make our expectations high as we listen and honor him in every way. Good night.